From the campus of De La Salle High School, a pleasant good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. It's a second round playoff matchup here in Division III as the De La Salle Cavaliers get ready to take on the Bulldogs out of Lutcher. Emmanuel Peppas here with you, ready to take you the rest of the way for this 4-seed De La Salle versus the 13-seed Lutcher. Of course, both passing their first round test to get here, and both of those matches were last night. Lutcher defeated 20-seed Crowley in their opening round match in 3 sets, 25-15, 25-23, and 25-11. Kirsten Volleyball had 5 kills and 5 aces. Ashlyn St. Pierre, along with Zara Thomas, co-led the way in kills. They had 6 each in a very balanced attack. Thomas also had 3 blocks. Meanwhile, Allie Bland had 4 kills, 4 aces, along with 20 assists, the primary setter. And Maria Detillier added 13 digs. For the Bulldogs, coming in at 13-16 on the season, but they've come in rolling of late. They've won 7 of their last 8 entering tonight's match. Their only loss in that stretch was to St. Michael for a Lutcher team that went 4-4 in district play. Meanwhile, for De La Salle, the Cavaliers are 19-10 on the season, win an unblemished 5-0 in district play. Of course, they had a bye in their, they had their first round match was a victory as well over Northwest in 3 sets to get to this point. And the Cavaliers also have gotten hot of late as well. They've won 9 of their last 10 matches entering tonight. Their only loss came at the hands of Ben Franklin, who's the 5-seed in the Division II tournament. Lutcher under the direction of head coach Ricky LeBlanc. Meanwhile, De La Salle under the direction of coach Melissa Grubbs. For the Cavaliers, a couple of players to watch out for as we wind down the pregame here. We got a couple of minutes left to go before pregame, of course, with the starting lineups being announced. And, of course, we'll keep it right here on CrescentCitySports.com. Tyza Brister, a multifaceted player for the Cavaliers. She's got 170 kills, same number of digs as well on the season at 170. Lainey Johnson has posted 25 service aces on the year. Libero Taylor Hunter has 250 digs to lead the squad in that department on the season. Meanwhile, Leah Kennedy has been a big force in the middle. She's got 53 total blocks. And Taylor Edwards, who has taken over some of the setting duties for her senior year, also a softball player. That is her main sport. She is currently verbally committed to play softball at the collegiate level with LSU. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, Zara Thomas leads the way in kills for Lutcher this season with 154. She's also been a presence at the net with 25 total blocks this season. Kirsten Volleyball, who we mentioned, had 5 kills and 5 service aces. It was a very competitive service game for Lutcher last night. Volleyball also supplements the attack with 115 total kills on the season. She's also added 45 service aces and 23 total blocks. We mentioned Bland, who is the primary setter, has 347 assists, but she can get very involved in the attack on occasion as well. As we mentioned, 4 kills last night. She's got 34 of them on the season. She's also got 25 service aces to her name as well. Defensively, Maria Detillier, who we mentioned had the 13 digs in last night's contest, has 253 to go along with 40 service aces. Of course, the winner will go to the quarterfinals in the Pontchartrain Center next Thursday. We'll take on either 5-seed Westlake or 12-seed Iota on Thursday, November the 8th. Lutcher looking to reverse what happened to them, although they're in a different role this year. Lutcher was actually the higher seed in the second round when they got eliminated by 11-seed Bruley. The Bulldogs were the 6th seed last year. Lutcher looking to flip the script there. Meanwhile, De La Salle made it to the quarterfinals as a 10-seed last year. They pulled off a win over a higher seed in the second round at this juncture last year when they beat 7-seed Northside. They fell to eventual state runner-up St. Michael in the quarterfinals. It's Lutcher, it's De La Salle here on CrescentCitySports.com, and we are so glad you joined us wherever you may be joining us from. We're going to take a brief time out. Of course, we'll have the pregame, the starting lineups will be introduced, and we will get you ready for the first serve. You are tuned in to high school volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Back to the campus of De La Salle High School in just a moment. Back here on the campus of De La Salle High School, the starting lineups have just been introduced. We'll read them to you quickly. In numerical order plus the libero. First for Lutcher, it's number 4, Kristen Poche, senior setter / outside hitter. Number 5, Ashlyn St. Pierre, a freshman middle blocker / outside hitter. Number 9, Allie Bland, a freshman setter. Number 16, Kirsten Volleyball, a senior middle blocker. Number 17, Cami Dufresne, a junior outside hitter. And number 18, Zara Thomas, a junior middle blocker. The libero is number 2, Maria Detillier. Meanwhile, for the starting lineup for De La Salle, reads as follows. It's going to be number 2, Bobby Conway, a senior outside hitter. Number 8, Jewel Johnson, a senior middle blocker. Number 13, Tyza Brister, a senior outside hitter. Number 15, Lainey Robertson, a senior setter. Number 19, Leah Kennedy, a junior middle blocker. Number 22, Skylar Miller, a senior defensive specialist. And the libero is number 18, Taylor Hunter. The Bulldogs, coached by Ricky LeBlanc. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers, coached by Melissa Grubbs. Both teams in white uniforms this evening. Of course, the numbers are going to be the difference. De La Salle with their maroon numbering and lettering. Meanwhile, Lutcher with purple numbering and lettering trimmed in gold. We are so glad you joined us wherever you may be joining us from. It's the Cavaliers, and it's the Lady Bulldogs of Lutcher getting set to get underway. And it looks like it will be Lutcher to start on serve, as it is Cami Dufresne who went back beyond the back line. But now both officials are doing a couple of checks before we get started. Looks like both teams are ready. But we are going to have a very slight delay, it looks like, before we could get rolling here at De La Salle High School. Of course, the winner going to the quarterfinals, as we mentioned, to take on the winner of Westlake and Iota. That match also scheduled to go on at the same time as this one. So if we do get a result from that match before we get off air here, we'll certainly pass that along to you. Of course, the winner awaits whoever wins that match next Thursday, November the 8th, on the road, of course, to the state championship, as, of course, there are 16 teams left in Division III with that aspiration. We're still having both officials at the scorers table. Now both coaches as well have gathered at the table. Not exactly sure what the hang-up here is. Both lineups are certainly being checked over, so you got to figure it's got to be something with that. It looks like now we are ready to go, so opening serve can now commence. Head official is taking the spot up on the stand. Both lineups again being checked over. Both teams patiently waiting. Cami Dufresne will serve for Lutcher. And now it looks like we are officially ready to get underway here. Well, we need the ball, though. Last piece of the puzzle, and now Dufresne has the ball. Can't start without that. And a standing serve from Dufresne, and we are officially underway, and it is received. It's going to be an early set from Robertson for an outside kill attempt, and that is good for De La Salle for the opening point of the match, and that is Tyza Brister, who gets the scoring going here for the Cavaliers, and now it will be Robertson to serve. Robertson, deep serve, and it is received, spun high in the air, and it's just going to be an overpass here, so an early attempt for De La Salle. It's passed to Robertson, set up in the middle, and a nice dig, and now at the net, a bump set, and a pop over the block. That was by Poche, easily dug out on the back line, though. Kill attempt, that one was dug out by Detillier, and now a standing hit from just beyond the 10-foot line does not go. It goes into the net, and that is Poche with the attack error, so a point for De La Salle, and it's an early 2-0 lead here in the first set. Robertson, running serve, goes over, calm reception to Tillier, set up in the middle for a kill attempt. That was dug out by Conway and then popped over, but that was dug out on the back line for Lutcher. Another overpass here from Detillier, and it's going to be passed to Robertson, who will set up on the middle, and there's a kill for De La Salle, and that is Leah Kennedy from the middle. And the Cavaliers trying to assert authority here early on, winning the first 3 rallies here. Deep serve again, and it is received by Detillier. It's going to be bump set by Dufresne, and a standing hit, or jump hit, I'm sorry, goes well below the bottom of the net. Miss hit that time from Poche, and it's 4-0 Cavaliers. Another deep serve, received, spins toward the net. Had to be played off the net, just an overpass once again. And it's going to be passed to Robertson, who will set up on the outside this time. Off a deflection, that was dug out. And now again, overpass from Lutcher. Can't really transition to offense here early on. Set up on the outside, and there's a kill. Splitting the back row that time. That was Taylor Edwards. And the Cavaliers now lead at 5-0. Robertson once again the serve, and again Lutcher just having trouble right now transitioning off the serve received from defense in the offense. Deep serve, and that one received by Detillier, and it's going to be set again, this time just in front of the 10-foot line. Nice dig by Conway in the back row, and now just have to reach back for that one. Great one-arm dig by Detillier, and another standing hit over and out again from Poche, and it's 6-0 De La Salle. Well, it seemed like, really, and now a timeout called by Coach LeBlanc. That time, Lutcher seemed to have a little bit more of the momentum on that rally, really forcing De La Salle to scramble a little bit more than any other rally prior in this early part of the match. The Cavaliers able to really stick with that one and get the job done. 6-0 the lead. We'll take a timeout and come back in 30 here from De La Salle High School. You're tuning to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Okay, so the timeout lasted a little bit quicker here. Both teams got it back out on the floor early. Serve received to Tillier. And a bump set here. And now it's going to be a reach back hit, and that one dug out by Conway. Robertson is going to set this one in the middle, and that one goes out of bounds. So the first point for Lutcher, an attack error. It goes awry from Kennedy. So now Lutcher on the board right out of the timeout. Let's see what the Lady Bulldogs can do with it. Deep serve over, received by the libero, that's Hunter, and it's going to be set up for Conway, who taps it to the back row. Easy dig there, set up by Bland, but a mistimed jump, and that's going to be a De La Salle point. Bland was trying to set up Zara Thomas there, and a bit of wires crossed that time, and it's 7-1 Cavaliers. Right back on serve, and it will be Brister. We'll put it in play. Standing serve, deep over. Serve received, back row. It's going to be bump set from Bland. From beyond the 10-foot line, that's deep and out of bounds. The attack error that time by St. Pierre. And Lutcher not doing themselves any favors either when they can get some swings on it. They've had 4 attack errors so far in this match. 8-1. Another deep serve, and that one is just saved by Dufresne, but it's an overpass. And now Hunter passes to Robertson, who will set up on the outside. Edwards for the kill. Taylor Edwards keeps the Cavaliers on serve and keeps the foot on the throttle for De La Salle. 9-1 here in the opening set. Once again, it is Brister. We'll put it in play. Ties of Brister. Deep serve over towards the corner, received by Detillier. Bland is going to set this one. Good swing that time, but a better dig on the back row with good position. Now jousted for it, the net back on De La Salle's side. Jousted again, this time on Lutcher's side. And now towards the net, and it's pushed back, but kept alive. And now the whistle, as we got a double on Lutcher's side. And it's a point for the Cavaliers. Once again, Lutcher not doing themselves any favors with a few unforced errors here. Serve, receive, and it goes sideways, has to be chased, goes further towards the stands. That's an ace. A service ace, as the reception wasn't that clean that time. And Tyza Brister gets the first ace for De La Salle. Serve over toward the back row. That was received by Dufresne. Detillier had to watch it, got to it, and that one skimmed the tape as it went over on the overpass. Now Brister from the back row. Good diving dig by Detillier. Pop back over, though, and a free ball for a kill. Well, that was set up on a tee that time for Leah Kennedy. Great dig from Detillier, but it wound up going over on the second hit. A free pass, and Kennedy was all over that, and the timeout again called by Lutcher and Coach Ricky LeBlanc. 12-1 Cavaliers opening set. We'll take the break. You are tuned in to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Volleyball is brought to you by Riverlands Insurance in Luling, meeting all your insurance needs. Call Riverlands at 1-800-336-4579 or go to RIVINS.com. Serve over receive by Dufresne. Set up by Bland for a kill attempt, and that one's stuffed down in front of the block for a kill for Lutcher and a point for the Lady Bulldogs. That was St. Pierre. And again, first point out of the timeout goes to Lutcher, but now they really need to string around together. Serve, receive, but that's a free ball. Nice dig on the back row by Brister. Now Conway with a kill attempt. That one dug out. Then chased down further by Detillier, but an overpass here from Lutcher. So now Brister passing to Robertson, who will set up in the middle. Once again, Kennedy for the kill, as trying to chase it down to no avail was Detillier. Leah Kennedy with her third kill of this young match, 13-2 Cavaliers. Now Taylor Hunter, the libero, will serve for De La Salle. Standing serve over, received, and it's going to be set by Bland. Now set up on the outside, cross-court kill attempt. That one dug out by Hunter. Now set up in the middle for a huge spike for De La Salle. And that was Jewel Johnson. Individually gets herself on the board with her first kill of the match. 14-2 Cavaliers in firm command. Lutcher cannot stop anymore with any timeouts. Used them both, serve, receive, and it's going to be set up by Bland for a kill attempt. Nice dig and good position by Hunter. Now set up on the back row for a kill attempt, Brister. That one dug out calmly by St. Pierre. Now set up for a kill attempt, and that one, and it is a late whistle. It's 4 hits. Well, it deflected off the tape, but it was played a little bit more before the head official eventually ruled it dead. That was on Poche for the attack error, hitting it into the net, and a fourth hit followed. And it's a De La Salle point. Serve into the net, that time from Hunter. Gives it back to the Lady Bulldogs. Substitution as Dion McKinley has checked in for Cammie Dufresne. Serve, out. Service error. De La Salle right back on service. Now it's going to be Skylar Miller who checks in on rotation for Taylor Edwards, and it will be Miller to serve with a 16-3 lead. High float serve over, serve received, and now Bland is going to set in the middle. That's blocked but continued. And now a dump play try, but getting to that one was Conway. Now a kill attempt. That one was dug out, but it's popped backward, and it cannot be continued further, and so it will be a De La Salle point, and it's 17-3. St. Pierre had the initial dig, but then the second hit took it further back, and then Detillier just tried to overpass and could not get it there. Serve over by Miller, received, and now Bland is going to set this one cross court, and that's for McKinley, and that goes out, and it will be another Cavalier point. And it is all De La Salle here in this first set, 18-3. Serve, over, received, and it's going to be Bland who will set this one. From beyond the 10-foot line, McKinley for the kill. Well, that was from pretty deep in the court from a couple of steps behind the 10-foot line, but Dion McKinley gets the point there for Lutcher. Still a lot to do for the Lady Bulldogs, though, and not much time to do it here in this opening set. Serve over to Tillier, and changing the angle on the reception, there's an ace. Well, trying to adjust to that one at the last moment was Brister. As that one came up on her, it looked like maybe a little bit faster than she anticipated. Tillier again puts it in play. Competitive serve, but Hunter with the clean reception. Now set up Conway, taps it over the block, but it is covered. Tap back over, but there's Brister to cover. Now set up for Brister with a swing. That one goes off the block and then off fingertips and down for a Brister kill and a point for De La Salle. 6 points away with a 14-point lead for the Cavaliers. 19-5, Conway standing serve over. Serve received toward the net. Bland bump set it back. Just a standing hit over to Conway. Then passed and now set up for a tap over the block, but that one was dug out. And now a hit by McKinley, that dug out by Brister. And now two Cavaliers bump into each other, so it could not really be a clean hit. Now Bland sets up McKinley. Deep attack, and that goes out beyond the back line. An attack error on McKinley. Cavalier point. And again, that was an opportunity there for Lutcher. De La Salle wasn't really the cleanest that time offensively, but Lutcher could not take advantage. Serve received cleanly. Now Bland is going to set this one. Just punched over the block, but there was Miller. Now set up for a kill attempt. Brister, a nice dig by Detillier. Bland has to run it down, though. Then McKinley, and she hits it over, but out. So that'll go as an unfortunate and unlucky kind of attack error that time for Dion McKinley, and a point for the Cavaliers. Serve over Conway, and it is received, and now Bland chases the bump set this for McKinley from outside the pin, and that could not go. And it is another De La Salle point. 22-5 here in this opening set. Standing serve, short this time, and getting to that, adjusting to it was Bland. Now McKinley with a standing hit over off the top of the fingertips of the block, but there was Brister, and now we got a whistle and a double. Double contact called on the setter, Lainey Robertson, and a point to Lutcher. Serve goes deep over from Bland, received by Miller. Robertson sets up for the kill attempt, spike down the line and in. Hammered that time by Jewel Johnson with authority right down the light, and a point. Second kill for Johnson here in this opening set. Serve over, received, and now Bland is going to set this one on the outside, a kill attempt, and that's going to go for a Lutcher point. Well done that time by St. Pierre. And it will be Dufresne who will serve here. Slight pause before we could get the rally going. Dufresne sends it over. Serve receive. Conway. Robertson bump sets this one back into the corner play, and that one is blocked. Strong block at the net. And there in the scene that time was Volleyball. Poche will get partial credit for that one as well. 23-8, De La Salle. Serve over, received, and now it's going to be set from Robertson. Tapped over the block this time, and a nice change-up kill for Tyza Brister. Well, right off of the emphatic block, De La Salle and Brister smartly going off speed that time, and it worked like a charm. Now set point for the Cavaliers. Serve over, dipping at the end, and that's going to wind up being an ace. Service ace for De La Salle. Closes it out in style here in this opening set. The Cavaliers dominate set one, taking it 25-8 over Lutcher. Teams will change sides. Of course, we'll reset and come back for the second set here from the campus of De La Salle High School in just a moment. You're tuned to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Volleyball is presented by Ye Old College Inn and Rock and Roll College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant, open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. Set number 2 getting set to get underway here momentarily. The Cavaliers took that opening set with very little fanfare, 25-8 over Lutcher. Just a couple of quick stats to run down. 2 service aces for the Cavaliers in that first set. Also leading the way in kills, co-leading the way actually, were Tyza Brister and Leah Kennedy. They each had 3. 2 each came from Taylor Edwards and Jewel Johnson. Johnson, by the way, will start on serve. Here to open set number 2 for De La Salle. Lutcher used their 2 timeouts within the first 20 rallies, but really could not get a spark going against the 4-seed Cavaliers. Johnson puts it in play. We're underway. Detillier sets, and now it's just tapped over, but dug back and popped back over. Now Bland sets, and a standing hit, but Johnson digs it out on the back row. And now Brister with a deep kill attempt, and that winds up going for Tyza Brister. And again, not the cleanest there for De La Salle on that rally, but Lutcher winds up losing the point. Cavaliers get the first point, and remember, they got the first 6 in that first set. Serve received, and now pops a bit sideways, and now St. Pierre is just going to send it over on a free ball, but the Cavaliers weren't aware of that, so they just sent it right back. And now a kill attempt, and that one winds up going out around the outside of the pin. So a point for De La Salle. That was St. Pierre that time on the attack error. Johnson again to put it in play. Serve, hard, competitive serve and an ace. Jewel Johnson notches the 3rd service ace of the match for De La Salle. 3-0 Cavaliers, already looking to get off to a similar start as they did in set number 1. Johnson again puts it in play. This one had a little more height on it. Cleaner reception. Bland sets. St. Pierre with the kill attempt, and that goes. Ashlyn St. Pierre, who had 2 kills in that opening set of the only 3 total for Lutcher. Lady Bulldogs get on the board here. Serve over Dufresne, and a nice reception that time from Hunters that had some dip at the end. Conway with a miss hit into the net. So an attack error that time on Bobby Conway. And Lutcher with back-to-back points here. Dufresne sends it over. Serve received. Conway spins high in the air for Robertson. Now Brister, and she will kill it. Tyza Brister. Well, that one hit off the support of the basketball goal, but it was whistled dead. So Brister with her 5th kill. Now Robertson, serve over, received, and now it's going to be set back this time for a kill attempt. Cross court, that goes for Lutcher. I believe that was Volleyball there. On the kill for the Lady Bulldogs. And now Volleyball back to serve. Serve deep, over and out. Just tracking that intently were Hunter and Conway. They peeled off and watched it sail beyond the back line. 5-3 Cavaliers. Now Brister to serve. Brister sends it on an angle out. De La Salle has given a couple of points away, so the error starting to creep in on their side of the net here early on in set number 2. Lutcher hanging around right now, early on 5-4. Cavaliers lead here in set number 2. Serve over, Hunter receives, and that goes toward the net, and now we got a whistle as it is blown dead there. Robertson was there to play it off of the net, but trickle back over onto the Cavaliers side, and it's 5-5 on the service ace. Serve over, and that one spins sideways from Hunter. Another free ball. Detillier passes to Bland, who sets up, and another missed time there for Lutcher. as it was Bland trying to set up Zara Thomas, and the two could not connect. Cavaliers back on serve, back in front, 6-5. Serve over from Hunter, received to Tillier. That's going to be set from Bland, and now it is a kill attempt from Poche, and that one dug out on the back row, then played off the net and sent over on a standing hit to the Tillier. Now Thomas blocked, but out of bounds, so Zara Thomas will get that kill for Lutcher. Now McKinley in on rotation for, that is Dufresne. Serve over, and that is an ace off of Hunter. So the service ace registered that time by Poche. Well, now the scoreboard is off here, so that is being fixed. It is reading 6-4, and that is incorrect. It is now fixed. Of course, Lutcher has now taken the lead, 7-6 here in the second set. Serve over, Conway receives. It's going to be set from Robertson. This for Edwards, deep and out. Well, that's three different types of errors here on the Cavaliers through these first 14 rallies. Lutcher leads 8-6, and that's an ace. As that went square off of Conway and to the floor. Two service aces from Poche, and a timeout call, Coach Grubbs. Lutcher starting to get themselves into the throes of this match now. The 3-point lead here in set number 2, it's 9-6. We'll take the break. You're tuned to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. We're back here as the serve over. It is received. A standing hit over by Johnson, dug out by Detillier. Lutcher leading 9-6, and that's going to wind up going out of bounds. A block attempt went just beyond the back corner. So Zara Thomas gets the kill for Lutcher. And we've got a 10-6 Bulldog lead. Serve over and out on an angle. Well, the very competitive service game of Poche really helped get Lutcher some of the best momentum they've had by far in this match. Now the rotation is broken, and in is Miller, who will serve for De La Salle. Serve over, received, and now having to chase that one, just the one-arm set, and now we got a whistle, and it's a net violation that time. It's on Bland, so it will be 10-8. Serve over, and that is received, and now Bland again has to chase this one down, and that one hit into the net. Attack error that time on Deion McKinley. And now, De La Salle with 3 straight points. How does Lutcher answer? Serve over, and it's deep. Serve received, though, calmly, and now bump set from Bland. This for St. Pierre. That was dug out on the back row by Miller. Now standing hit in him, or jump hit in the middle, and that one winds up going into the net. That was from Kennedy. 11-9 Lady Bulldogs. Detillier serve over, and it is received by Brister. Bump set this time, and it's just going to be popped over by Conway. So an easy dig, and now a kill attempt over the block, but that one was covered. Now Robertson will set up here for Brister, but that was dug out by Detillier. Now set up on the outside, double. Double called on Bland. Ball handling error gives the point to De La Salle, and 1 point away from leveling the score here in set number 2. Lady Bulldogs lead it 11-10. Conway sends it over. Serve, receive, getting under it nicely that time. And now just a standing hit by McKinley. That was blocked back but continued by Detillier. McKinley's second try, popped back by Brister, chased down by Hunter, and now just having to adjust to it as a hit off the ceiling. That was Miller, but it winds up being blown dead. So it went out on the send over by Miller. 12-10 Lady Bulldogs. Serve over, and that one received by Miller, and it's going to be bump set from Johnson for a kill attempt. Conway, and that one just lands out. Well, it just teased a little bit from Bobby Conway, but just did sail over the back line. 13-10. Lutcher. Serve deep over, and that's in. That's an ace. And just a misread that time from Miller, thinking that was going to go out. It did not. Service ace. That is for Bland. We talked about the competitive service game for Lutcher, who has 4 aces unofficially to this point. Robertson sets up for a kill attempt. Johnson off the block. Nice dig that time. That was by St. Pierre. Now McKinley sends it well out. Dion McKinley. Just too much air underneath at that time, and a point for De La Salle. Back on serve, but trailing. After that 3-0 start to the set, De La Salle has been trailing for most of this set here. Johnson, standing serve over to St. Pierre. Now Bland is going to set this one. This for St. Pierre, and that's going to be a kill. Well, St. Pierre was not in the best position that time, but she made it work, sending it off the side of the block attempt. Robertson was there. So too was Kennedy. The block attempt was sent out of bounds. Hard serve over, and that is received by Conway. Now Robertson sets this for Brister, sends it deep into the court, but that was dug out to Tillier. And now it's going to be set up for Poche, who sends it into the net. An attack error on Poche. And a point here for De La Salle. Down 14-12 as Robertson with the running, starting to serve. That's an ace. Service ace from Lainey Robertson. And they're the 4th on the match for the Cavaliers. First for Robertson. Robertson, serve over, clean reception that time from Poche. Now set up for a kill attempt, and that is a kill for Lutcher. Emphatically sent home that time, and it was St. Pierre, who's got 5 kills here on the match. Bulldogs just staying a step ahead here of De La Salle. 16-13. Serve over. Serve receive Conway. Robertson will set this one. This for Brister, and that is a kill. Well, the line judge called it out, but it was not. It certainly was in, and Tyza Brister gets the kill and the point. That was a quick overrule, and the correct one from the head official. Brister to serve. Sends it over. Serve receive, Dufresne tracking back. Now set up for the kill attempt. That is St. Pierre, but that was dug out, but could not be played off the net. So it does wind up going for a kill for Lutcher. And that will be credited to St. Pierre. Lutcher back on serve. Sent over St. Pierre. Hunter, receive. Now Robertson sets. Brister from deep. That one's dug out easily by Detillier. Bland will set up this one for Thomas. Blocked. What a block that time. Edwards was there at the net along with Kennedy. First block for De La Salle here on the night. Cavaliers still chasing this set, trailing narrowly 17-15. Hunter sends it deep over. Detillier receives. Bland is going to set. Thomas another try off fingertips of the block, but Robertson digs. Then a standing hit over by Brister, easily dug out. Now, an attack attempt from beyond the 10-foot line. That was dug out off a deflection. Now a kill attempt goes wide from Johnson. 18-15 Lutcher. Serve over from Poche with some dip at the end, but Hunter got underneath it. And again, a mistimed jump there, but they made it work. And now back on De La Salle's side. Second try, dug out Poche. Now set up for Thomas, and that is blocked at the net. Well, Thomas was not put in a great position that time. Easy block there for Jewel Johnson. So now it is Skylar Miller. De La Salle down 2, serve received, and now set up for the kill attempt. Thomas, that one dug out by Hunter. Now set up for just an overpass here that could not be executed from Robertson. Back to the net, but she wasn't too deep in the court, but at that time, Lainey Robertson just could not send it back over the net to continue the rally. Lutcher leading 19-16. Serve over to Detillier. That was received by Hunter. Robertson will set this one. Conway tries to hit it deep. Detillier digs. Now Bland sets. Going with the offhand, Volleyball. That was dug out and then jousted for at the net. And winning the battle that time was Johnson for De La Salle. Jewel Johnson with her first kill of the set, third of the night. 19-17 Lady Bulldogs, but the Cavaliers on serve after taking the opening set in dominating fashion. Much different story here in set number 2. Serve received and now set up for the slide play. Volleyball, that one tapped over the block, but covering easily was Hunter. That was pushed back, but now it's going to be sent into the net. So that'll go as an attack error that time on Volleyball, and a point for De La Salle. And you wonder, with how Lutcher has been able to stay a step ahead, if De La Salle levels the score, if a timeout will come from Coach LeBlanc. Serve over, that's an ace. Hard serve that time and not able to get it underneath it on the back row. That's going to be an ace for Conway, and there it is, timeout by Coach LeBlanc. Tied at 19 here in set number 2. We'll take the break. You are tuned in to Prep Volleyball here on CrescentCitySports.com. The service ace came off of the reception error there by Kelsey Lambert for Lutcher. Bobby Conway with the service ace, her first of the match. She's the 4th different Cavalier to register a service ace tonight. 19 all after Lutcher has led by as many as 4 earlier on in this set. Serve over, received much cleaner that time. Bland will set on the outside for Dufresne from deep, and that is in. Well, getting the angle that time was Cammie Dufresne, as she sent it wide of Hunter and had enough space on the right sideline. 20-19, Lady Bulldogs. Nice angle taken there by Dufresne. Serve deep over, received by Miller in the back row. Now Robertson sets. Brister leans into one, and there's a kill for Tyza Brister. Well, it was very well balanced as far as an attack perspective in the opening set. In this second set, the offense has mainly run through number 13 for the Cavaliers. Serve over, received, and that's going to be bump set from Bland. This for St. Pierre from the outside block, but continued by Detillier. And now Bland will bump set this, just an overpass from Dufresne. Miller passes to Robertson, set up on the slide play. That one was dug out off the kill attempt by Kennedy, then popped back over. Now a standing hit from Miller, and that goes down. Well, Skylar Miller saw a void pocket of space in between the front and back row and was just able to sneak it in. Skylar Miller with the kill. De La Salle leads for the first time since they are ahead 5-4. 21-20 Cavaliers. Serve over, receive on the left sideline. Now Bland is going to set for St. Pierre. Taps it over the block, but there was Brister. Robertson underneath, gets there to bump set this one for Johnson. And the block attempt could not go, but it was continued. Then a free ball. That was dug out by Detillier. Set back over, but out. Well, a wild scramble that time, and the Cavaliers earned the point. 22-20, and timeout called by Lutcher. That's their last here of the set. De La Salle has 1 remaining should they need it. 22-20 Cavaliers here in set number 2. We'll take the break. You are tuned in to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Back here on the campus of De La Salle High School. The Cavaliers have started to take over here, 22-20, and Lutcher hanging on by a thread right now. Serve received, and it's going to be set from Bland. This for Volleyball. That spins out, but a deflection. That was a tip there on the way, and Kirsten Volleyball gets the kill for Lutcher. Just what they needed at the absolute perfect time, 22-21. Serve will come from Dufresne. She sends it deep over Miller by the back lines, receives. Now leaning into one as Kennedy taps it over the block, and it was being a free ball block, but out of bounds, so Robertson will get credit for the kill there. For De La Salle. 2-point lead with 2 points to get for the Cavaliers to try to close down this set in their favor. Serve over, received by Detillier. And it's going to be set up for a kill attempt, tapped over and down. And that was St. Pierre there. And she has been much tougher to stop in this second set. Unofficially, 5 kills, 23-22. Lutcher trying to level the score. Volleyball sends it over. Hunter receives. Robertson is going to set this one. Brister with a swing and a kill. When in doubt, go to Tyza Brister, who has been steadily the most efficient on the front line for the Cavaliers tonight. Set point for De La Salle with 2 shots at it. 24-22. Serve over, received by Detillier. Spins high in the air for Bland. Set up, and now we got a whistle and a double. And that is how the second set ends. Double contact called on the setter, Allie Bland. Tough way to end the set for Lutcher, as they were right in it and leading for most of it, but De La Salle took over at the end, taking it 25-22. Teams will change sides. There's 3 minutes between sets, so we'll come back in just a moment. You're tuning to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Volleyball is brought to you by Gills Bar. For more than half a century, offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. And headquartered on the North Shore, to learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com. That's GILSBAR.com. De La Salle leading 2-0. They were trailing through most of that second set after dominating the first, but a late spurt tying the score at 19-all, then winning 3 of the next 4 rallies to get the lead before closing out the set eventually in their favor at 25-22. Now Lutcher will start on serve here in set number 3. Dufresne will send it, trips the tape over, but nice adjustment there by Kennedy. Now it's going to be set up for Kennedy for the kill. There is Leah Kennedy to get De La Salle on the board here. Now Robertson sends it over, fingertips off the reception, then Dufresne, now an overpass from Poche. Now pass to Robertson, who will set up for Kennedy, and that one is an eventual kill for Leah Kennedy. Well, like we said, it was mostly Tyza Brister on the attack for De La Salle. The rest of the Cavaliers were pretty quiet. Remember, Kennedy had 3 kills in an opening set, now 2 here to start the third. Serve over, received to Tillier. Now it's going to be set from Bland. This for a kill attempt, Volleyball, and that goes well out. Kirsten Volleyball sends it too deep. And now Lutcher having their backs against the wall here early on, losing the first 3 rallies, and momentum right back on De La Salle's side. Serve over at an angle, received by Volleyball. Now Detillier bump sets this one. Going to lean into this one. St. Pierre, and off the block, kept alive further nicely by Brister. Standing hit over by Conway, but that was collected in the back corner. Now set up for St. Pierre again. Conway with the dig. It goes back and down. So that will be a kill for St. Pierre. A Lutcher point. Now Volleyball will serve. Volleyball sends it over. Now Conway receives. Robertson will set this one cross court. Kennedy taps it over the block and down. Clever little play there from Leah Kennedy. And now she has been the focal point of this offense here at the outset here in set number 3. That's 6 kills total for Kennedy on the night. Brister to serve. She sends it over. Back middle receive. Now Bland is going to set this one for Thomas. Blocked and eventually down. Guess who? It's Leah Kennedy once again there at the net. Like Edwards was in there as well. As Kennedy has contributed on 4 of the 5 points for De La Salle here in this third set. Serve over on an angle. Detillier received that one right by the sideline. Now just tapped over easily to Hunter. Robertson will set. Edwards from the outside over the block, but to Detillier, and it goes sideways. Nobody else could chase it down. So Taylor Edwards will get credit for the kill for De La Salle. 6-1 Cavaliers. A spot in the quarterfinals here in Division III on the line. Serve over, receive to Tillier. Bland will set this one on the bump. St. Pierre over the block, but dug out Robertson. Tap back over by Kennedy. Punched twice and then an overpass back over. Now Robertson sets up Kennedy. That one kept alive on the one-arm dig attempt, and now it's going to be an overpass here from Detillier. Now pass to Robertson. Again, setting up and a double called. Conway was going to be set up there, but double contact called on Robertson. Lutcher back on serve with Poche. Serve over, trips the tape, and now we got a whistle. That's going to be a Lutcher point. Robertson was sprawled out there trying to adjust to that, so an ace for Poche. Serve over, and that's another ace. This one off of Hunter. Well, the service game from Poche has caused some occasional problems here for De La Salle, and that one received by Hunter, and that's another ace. That is 5 service aces here for Poche on the night. And this is the rotation that De La Salle has had the most trouble with here this evening. Now, the lead down to 1. Serve over, much cleaner reception that time from Hunter. It does go a bit sideways though, but Robertson did chase it down with time. The kill attempt was easily dug out, but now a standing hit over from Detillier. Now Hunter passes to Robertson, who will set up for Conway, and that's going to wind up being kept alive further by Detillier. Off the dig by Poche, overpass, Robertson sets up Edwards. That goes for a kill. Edwards just had to reach back a bit on that one, but she got the job done. De La Salle back on serve. They break the rotation of Poche. Edwards with our 4th kill of the night. Serve over Hunter. received, and now it's going to be set from Bland for Thomas, and that's a kill. Zara Thomas just had not been able to really get going on the night so far. They kept quiet for the most part. That is her third kill. One of the leaders of this offense. 7-6 Cavaliers. Serve over, received by Hunter. Robertson will set this one for a kill attempt, and that is blocked. That was Thomas there in the middle to meet Jewel Johnson. Zara Thomas sends that one away emphatically, and we're square at 7. Serve over, received Hunter. Robertson will set this one in the middle. That's Conway, and that's going to be a kill. Big attempt went over and out. So Bobby Conway gets De La Salle back in the lead. After Lutcher really got stung in that first set and throughout, they never could get back into it. They've certainly played much more on level terms. Serve receive, and now jousted for at the net as Johnson was there to kind of throw things further out of whack for Lutcher, and there's a point for the Cavaliers. Miller was on serve the last point. Again, will serve, and that's an ace. Service ace that goes off of St. Pierre that time. And Skylar Miller becomes the 5th different Cavalier to score an ace tonight, but there's a service error to follow up. 10-8. Cavaliers. Lutcher back on serve with the Tillier. Tillier sends it over. Serve received that time by Brister. Now it's going to be bump set for Brister from pretty deep. Dug out to Tillier. Now Bland sets up on the outside. That's Dufresne, and that's going to be a Cavalier point. There at the net waiting for it were Johnson and Robertson. On the swing by Dufresne. Conway, deep serve, received, and that's going to be set from Bland. Now a kill attempt. That goes over the block, but out. Well, sending it wide that time was St. Pierre. The Cavaliers steadily trying to draw away here. 12-8 they lead now. Serve over. That's an ace. St. Pierre just didn't quite judge the distance correctly as it fell to the floor in front of her feet, and a timeout call by Coach LeBlanc. 13-8 Cavaliers here in set 3. We'll take the break. You're tuned in to Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Off the second service ace for Bobby Conway tonight. It's 13-8. De La Salle with the lead over Lutcher. Trying to close out the match with a 2-0 lead. Serve over receive St. Pierre. Bland going to set for Volleyball, and that one is blocked back but continued, and then sent over on the overpass by Volleyball. Now pass to Robertson. Set up for the kill attempt to Tillier with a nice dig. Now Bland bump sets Volleyball, standing hit over. Now Miller. Robertson sets up for the spike, and that's Johnson. Jewel Johnson just powers that one home for De La Salle, and a half-dozen-point lead now at 14-8. Conway sends it over. That's going to be an ace. Tillier and St. Pierre just kind of brushed up against each other. It wound up going off to Tillier. So the ace for Conway, her third of the match. Serve over, received, and now it's going to be set from Bland. Dufresne with a kill attempt. That one dug out Miller. Now it's going to be set up for a kill attempt from the outside by Brister, but that was dug out easily by St. Pierre. Now a kill attempt. Nice dig by Miller, and now trying to send it over Brister. Rejected but continued. Brister with another try, and that lands in. Tyza Brister with her first kill of the set, her 9th of the match. Could this be the final blow delivered by De La Salle here tonight? They lead now 16-8. Serve over, received by Detillier, a bit flat, but continued by Dufresne. Overpass here, and that goes out. And they're going to replay the point because nobody saw it. Wow. The line judge apparently didn't see it, and neither did any of the officials. So they're replaying the point. Serve received, and that's going to be set up from Bland. Volleyball with a kill attempt, and that goes. Well, Lutcher back on serve. The kill by Volleyball, her third. Now the serve, and that one just getting under it was Conway. Brister with a kill attempt, and that goes for Brister. Off the service by Bland. Isa Brister with her second kill of the set. Now Johnson sends it over. Serve receive. Bland will set this one. That's Volleyball, but that was dug out Conway. And it's going to be set up now for a kill attempt. Brister. That was hammered, but Detillier with the dig. Now Bland with the bump set. Detillier with the overpass. High over. Now set up for Robertson, who will set up for Kennedy off of the block, but then dug out by Poche. Now it's going to be a standing hit over the block, but that was dug in the back row by Johnson. Now Brister taps it over the block and down. Trying to keep that one alive was Bland. She wound up hitting it into the net, and nobody could play off of the net at a second try. Isa Brister. The Cavaliers in firm control, leading 18-9 here in set 3. Serve over, received, and that's going to be set up from Bland for a kill attempt. Dufresne off the top of the block, and that's dug out by Johnson. Now set up for Kennedy, and that's a kill for Leah Kennedy. So Kennedy very much involved in the attack early, was held quiet in that second set, didn't really get a lot of opportunities. Now, 4 kills in this third set. Serve over, received, and that's going to be set up for the kill attempt, and that goes into the net. Attack error that time by Volleyball, and a timeout called by Coach LeBlanc. 20-9 is your score. De La Salle on the brink of clinching their spot in the quarterfinals. 5 points away from doing so. We'll take the break. Tune into Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. (20-9). De La Salle leads here in set number 3, up 2-0. We'll go to the quarterfinals. Should they close it out here tonight? And they're well on their way to doing so. Serve over, received by Detillier. Bland is going to set this one. It's just going to be an overpass, though, so a free ball, Robertson. Now we'll set up Brister, and that one lands out. Isa Brister sends that one just a bit too deep. Lutcher back on serve, but with a tall hill to climb. Dufresne. Standing serve over, receive Conway. Robertson will set this one. And this for Kennedy, blocked back, but continued. Kennedy with another try and blocked again. That was just one-on-one at the net, and Kirsten Volleyball won the battle. Leah Kennedy with 2 tries at it. Denied both times. Second one fell to the floor off the solo block from Volleyball. Dufresne sends it deep over. Conway receives. Robertson tries to dump it, but that one was covered by Poche. Bland will set this one up for St. Pierre. Dug out in the back row, Miller. Now set up in the middle. That is Kennedy, but that was easily dug and covered by Poche. Now it's going to be set up for a standing hit over from Detillier. Miller runs back to cover. as that one was close to the back line. Now Brister with a try off the top of the block, kept alive further. Standing hit into the net from Bland. And a point for De La Salle. Edwards comes back in for Miller. Cavaliers inching closer. And for the first time tonight, we will see Ali Cerise, who is in for Bobby Conway. Cerise, who was recovering from a torn ACL, suffered in her softball season, as that's going to be an ace for De La Salle, for Robertson. But Cerise, who had torn her ACL playing softball last year, two-sport player, been used as an occasional defensive specialist as she's working her way back in the rotation. Serve received and now set up for the kill attempt. St. Pierre, that's blocked. And there was Edwards along with Kennedy. On the tandem block, 23-11. De La Salle, the count to 2. Number of points they need to officially clinch their spot in the quarterfinals. Serve received, but this is a free ball, and that one's going to wind up being a kill for Kennedy. Leah Kennedy takes advantage of the free ball off the serve received by Detillier, and here it is. Set and match point for De La Salle. Robertson running start on a serve, and that one goes off the fingertips of Detillier, kept alive further by Dufresne. Overpass here. So now to try to end it, Hunter to Robertson. Sets up for Brister, and that one nicely dug out by Detillier. Bland with the bump set. St. Pierre with a try, easily dug out Hunter. Robertson with the set. This is Brister again. Detillier, another good dig. Now Bland sets it up, another overpass. Now it goes off of Kennedy backwards. Cerise chances it down, and now an overpass here from Brister. Now set up in the middle for a kill attempt, block back, but continued. Now Bland sets it up on the outside this time for St. Pierre. Dig by Cerise, punched over with the forearm, but kept alive for the moment from the kill attempt by Kennedy. Back over from Poche to Hunter. Robertson sets up for the win. That's a kill. Leah Kennedy finishes it off for the Cavaliers. A dominating first set. A second set where they were behind the 8 ball for most of it until a late run got them the second. And now dominating here once again in set number 3. And the Cavaliers take it in straight sets. Final score, 25-8, 25-22, and 25-11. So it will be De La Salle in the quarterfinals next Thursday. Opponent to be determined. It will either be Iota or Westlake. Of course, that match was happening at the same time as this match here. So the Cavaliers, who got off to a blazing start, earning the first 6 points, forcing Lutcher to take both of their timeouts within the first 20 rallies of the opening set, dominated from wire to wire there. It was a much different story in the second set as the Lady Bulldogs got into a much better rhythm, especially offensively, led by Ashlyn St. Pierre. They led by as many as 4 on a couple of occasions before De La Salle rallied to tie it. And then after tying it at 19-19 off a service ace, won 3 of the next 4 rallies. And they were able to see it out from there to take a very competitive second set, 25-22. And De La Salle put their stamp on this match in the third set, led by Leah Kennedy. And her offensive defense as well, a couple of blocks at the net. Ties to Brister as well with a very consistent and efficient attack. And De La Salle's service game as well was very tough for Lutcher to handle, as 5 different players unofficially registered service aces for the Cavaliers. Bobby Conway led the way in aces with 3. And your final score, once again, 25-8, 25-22, 25-11. Next up for the Cavaliers, it's the quarterfinals next Thursday, November 8th, where they'll take on either 5-seed Westlake or 12-seed Iota. For Chip Merritt, for Matt Merritt, for Lenny Van Gilder, and thank you to all who tuned in and watched here tonight. Emmanuel Pep is signing off. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of Crescent City Sports Prep Volleyball on CrescentCitySports.com. Once again, a 3-0 win for the Cavaliers, and they are on to the Division III state quarterfinals. So long, everyone.